All right. If your audio is not muted, please mute it for me. Actually, I can go through and mute everyone. There we go. Mute. Anybody else? There we go. Okay. So thank God I finally got my act together and got some slides together for you guys. Sorry, I've been totally slacking the last several weeks, not getting my life together. So I'm really working on trying to be more organized. So we are recording. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. I know it's right during dinner time and it's busy, so I won't take up too much of your time. But I wanted to basically go over tonight the topics that you guys asked about. I'm still want to do a video series for you guys, but I thought that while it was fresh in my memory, let's address those topics tonight. So first off, we're going to do recognition. Welcome some new coaches that I haven't done this before, so I'm excited we have a bunch of new people on our team. Several of them are discount coaches, and that's totally fine. So they're probably not on this call, but I just wanted to recognize them anyway. So Annabelle, she just signed up on Friday, and she signed up her first two coaches on Saturday, her mom and her cousin, I believe. So she is now an Emerald coach. So I'm so excited for her, and just wanted to welcome her. And even though her coaches aren't on the call with her, I just wanted to acknowledge them. Also, Yvonne Parker, she signed up with Dominique, and we are excited to have her. Samantha, Amanda, Jennifer, Susanna, and Tanya are all under Miss Samantha, who's killing it this month. Kaylin is under Brittany. Chelsea is under Nicole, and Janie is under Melissa. So welcome to you guys. If you're on the call, just wanted to say I'm excited for you, and thanks for being here, and thanks for being a part of our family. So welcome. I just want to go over Success Club. You guys are also working hard for Success Club, and I'm so proud of you. This month seems to be the biggest month so far that we have the most people on the board. So Miss Samantha Bruton is leading the pack with 8 points. She's killing it. Oh, sorry, Annabelle. I have a typo right there. Annabelle has 6 points so far, and I think she still has a few more in the works. Brittany is at 4 points. Amber's at 4 points. Nicole's at 2. Erica's at 2. Dominique's at 2. Jenna's at 2. And Kate's at 2. So there's still, what's today, the 22nd. We still have over a full week left in the month. So those of you guys that are at 2 and 4 points, just one more challenge pack, 2 more challenge packs, and you guys will be in Success Club. So make it a point to push this last week. I found that the last 2 weeks of the month tend to be the best time for getting challengers because people's bills are paid typically, and they have a little bit of extra money towards the second half of the month. So this is not the time to relax and slack. This is the time to push and secure Success Club for July. So proud of you guys, and keep up the great work. And I'm just excited to see so many people on this list. So keep going. Okay, so I am in the middle of working on a new coach system. And it's been on my mind for a long time that I've been trying to revamp our current, or not really existing, system. I think it's a big misconception that people think by me having Lindsay as my upline that there's just systems in place for everything. And the truth is there is not. So I am currently in a group right now. It's a Star Diamond Push group, and all of Lindsay's diamonds are in there, and we are all struggling with this very exact thing. There's so many different ways to approach this business and getting someone started out. And so we are all kind of struggling with trying to find the best way. So I'm currently working with Becca my success partner, and a few other people. And we are working on getting a 3-tier system, something that's going to cover the first, what you need to do the first, second, and third 30 days of being a new coach. So, but the reality is that these things take time to develop, and they take time to test out to see if they actually work. So, another thing I just wanted to touch on is that we're all different. So the system that I come up with may not work for you. Go ahead and take what you like and make it your own. Change the things that don't work for you. That's the biggest, most important thing, is to find a system that works for you, that you can implement consistently and effectively. So I am super, super blessed, as you guys are all super blessed, to have Lindsay as your Star Diamond upline right now. But just realize that she's constantly changing and revamping things. So there wasn't really a system when I first started. So I got kind of just sucked into doing the things the way that she's done things. And we're all really trying to grasp what is the best way to get everyone started. So I know that some of you guys are needing this and possibly struggling with this. So just know that I'm working on it. I'm open to feedback, and hopefully we'll have something coming in the next couple weeks or the next week, hopefully, if I can really buckle down and get organized. So just know that I'm working on things. These things don't take shape overnight. So take some time to get it done, but just know that it's been constantly in my head that it's something that we need to work on. So just know that that's what's happening on my end. I'm kind of working on that for you guys right now, and please be patient with me. Okay, so the topics we're going to cover tonight are just those questions or things that you guys had commented on my post in our group. There was I feel like a lot of you guys are still struggling about what to post on social media. And the reality is that there is no magic solution, quick fix. Just like with weight loss, we all know there is no quick fixes, and it takes time and consistency and work. So posting on social media, you can run your business any way you want. However, this is kind of the tips that I have gathered over the last year that my upline has implemented and has used with great success. So like I said before, we're all different. So you have to find what works for you, what works for your audience, and pay attention to the things that get a lot of interaction and do more of that. So the first thing is to find your 5 things. So your 5 things are just the 5 things that are about you, that make up who you are as a person. These are some examples. You can post about your family, fitness, cooking, if you like to be outdoors, if you're a crafty person, if you like hair and makeup and skincare stuff. You need to find what your 3 to 5, I would say at least 5 probably. It could be more than that, but any more than that, it might be too hard to post a variety. So start making a list. I have found over the last few weeks that I am so much better on paper. I have like a giant notebook just full of just notes and random things written down, to-do lists, my tracker, all those things. And it helps me so much more to have it on my paper instead of on my computer. I just found that that's something that I didn't know about myself. So my 5 things are my family, fitness, cooking, beauty, hair, beauty, kind of tips, and maybe something like motivational or something funny. Just, funny things that Emmy does. And I have found that I get a lot of interaction when I post things about Emmy, funny things about being a mom, when I post recipes. And when you post, you want to make sure that your posts are you. You don't want to just go to some random cooking website and find a recipe for something and share it. You want to type out the recipe. Type it out as if you were talking to someone. So I find that I like my posts to sound like I'm talking. If they're just like very professional and like proper English and all that, like, I don't know, it just seems to not get as much interaction. I don't know why. So make it your own. If you're going to share a recipe, take a picture of you cooking the recipe, take a picture of the finished product, and then write the recipe out as a post. I get a lot of shares and a lot of comments when I'm generally posting like cooking stuff, because people always want quick, healthy meals that taste good. And so I think we could all probably say that we all have Pinterest and we all have like a bazillion recipes on there. So that's a really easy way to go on there, try out some new things. It'll be good for you. It'll be good for your family to try some new recipes, take pictures, and then use it. You don't have to necessarily do it as a post that day or that night, but just take a picture and save it in your phone so that when you're trying to find something to post, you can go back in your phone and remember that you had, this really delicious recipe for a soup or something that you made or whatever. So, but don't go and just share something, because most of the time if people see you just share a random recipe that's just from a website, they're not going to share it or they're not going to comment on it. So that's what you want. In order to build your Facebook affinity, you want to have lots of likes, comments, and shares on your posts. Your 5 things can be something totally like unique to you. I mean, it could be like Leanne's a military wife. She could post something about, that could be one of her things, that she has something, a way to connect with people that I don't have. I don't have that as part of me. So that's something that she can connect with a very targeted niche group of people. Maybe your thing is attachment parenting. Maybe your thing is, being crafty. Nicole likes to sew, so she does a lot of things like that on the side. Maybe you're, pretty much anything that you think is a good idea or a good tip. That's the kind of thing you want to post, because if you think, like, if you see a tip somewhere, like Pinterest is obviously an amazing place for things like that. Cleaning tips, life hacks, just things that you think are like you see on the internet and you're like, oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. And you try it and it works or whatever. Take a picture, post it. Those posts with you in them and it shows that it's part of your life or something that you tried, those are going to be things that get way more interaction than just sharing a Pinterest pin. I know that just personally in my own news feed, if I see someone that just shares something, like, I'm not going to usually comment on it. But if it's something that like I think is, they are showing themselves doing this new technique for something, that's usually when I will comment and like. So just think about the things that you comment on, the things that draw you in, the things that make you say, wow, that was a really good idea. And just be creative. So maybe when you're tracking, like, we're going to get into trackers in a little bit, but like on my tracker, I'm going to start adding in a place like where I have like my social media posts for the week, and I'm going to have my 5 things. And then every single day I can just put a check mark when I've posted one of those 5 things. That way I know that I've done a variety of things throughout the week, instead of just going back to, your news feed and seeing whether or not you actually did something. So you just want to make sure that you have a variety of posts and that it's balanced. In those posts, you want to make sure you're inviting at least 3 to 5 times per month to challenges, new coach trainings, and to join your business. Don't be afraid to post those things. I just posted something last night that was like a really pretty PicMonkey picture, and I got 1 like on it. Okay, who cares? Because you know what? 9 times out of 10, somebody that sees that post that may be interested and they're nervous about it and they don't want people to see that they like commented on it or liked it, because some people are weird like that. They just are more private. Who cares that I only got one like? They may have seen it and been like, oh, wow, okay, so she's doing another training, and I wanted to jump on board last month, but I didn't for whatever reason, so I'm going to do it this month. So don't ever like underestimate. Plus, too, you can always, if you have a post that's like a dud, you can always go to your personal page and hide it or delete it. And then that way it just, people don't see it anymore. So make sure that you're inviting often enough. And in your invites, it doesn't have to be like, join this challenge group, join my team, join this new coach training, blah, blah, blah. Your invites can be things like showing a picture of you doing PIO and showing how you're so much more flexible than you used to be, and how you have a new group coming up and you're really excited. Or talking about how, like, I'm kind of using this new spin. I haven't really done it yet, but about PIO is like the perfect program for a woman who's pregnant or postpartum, because it's low impact. It doesn't have any jumping around. And that's something that you can talk about without having to be like, bye PIO. You can just talk about like the benefits of it, how you've seen your body change. I'm already noticing that my clothes are fitting better. I did buns today, and holy crap, I was dripping and I couldn't even do it like fully. So talking about those things, I mean, that can be like an invite to the next challenge group, can just show you and your, in your journey. You want to make sure you're talking about your own journey often, because every single day when you're adding new people to your network and they're seeing your posts, most of them don't know that you're a Beachbody coach. Maybe most of them don't know that you have a goal to lose 20 pounds and fit into your skinny jeans again. People don't know those things. So you have to talk about them often. And you have to realize that when you're talking about them and you're posting 3 to 5 times per day about your 5 things, only about 10 to 20% of your friends are actually seeing those posts. So just keep that in mind. I've heard some of you guys say you don't want to post that often because you don't want people to think you're, just like constantly posting all the time. You're embarrassed about posting that often. Well, the reality is most of your friends aren't even seeing those posts. So you have to constantly post. That's why you want your posts to be, they don't have to always be like, the super long, complicated, like, post that took you 2 hours to come up with. Like, it can be something funny. It can be a quote. It can be something motivational. It can be just a funny picture. It could be a picture of you doing your workout. It could be a picture of you doing your grocery shopping. It could be a picture of your meal prep. It could be, but pictures and videos tend to always get more interaction, so keep that in mind. Don't copy and paste other people's posts. I'm not saying that any of you guys have done this, but I just wanted to cover it in case some of the new people haven't heard that before. You can screenshot and like save pictures or screenshot photos of someone's post that you think is like a really awesome post, and then keep it. And then when you need something to post, go back and reword that post in a way that fits you. Maybe take a new picture or do something. I mean, there's lots of times that I do that with like, see something that Lindsay posts or other top coaches, and I'm like, oh, that's a super good idea. So there we go. Thank you. So just keep in mind that you want to be posting often enough. You want to make sure it has meaning and is valuable. It's not, it's okay too to post something, like if you had something funny that happened and it's just like a random post that you're just like, oh, I'm going to post this because it's funny. That's fine. You just don't want all of your posts to be like that. You want to make sure you have a variety of enough stuff. Use the text, so your status, to convey your emotions. When you type the way that you talk and it shows your excitements using caps or hashtags or, exclamation points or whatever, use the text to convey your emotions. You want to type like how you would talk. I think that Lindsay does that all the time, and it works really, really well for her posts. So just think about that when you're writing something up. And just make sure it's balanced. You don't want to post about Beachbody 24/7. You may not even want to post about it every single day, but you do want to post about it at least, three to five times a week. Doesn't have to be buy this product, do this, Shakeology is awesome. I mean, you can just share stories, share, if you just started drinking Shakeology and you've lost 5 pounds, oh my gosh, share that. People need to know that. If you know somebody who's drinking Shakeology and they've been able to go off medication, share that. You know somebody that's using PiYo for the first time and they've completed their first week of workouts and you're so proud of them, they're so excited for week 2, share that. I mean, you just want to make sure that you're not like shoving Beachbody down people's throats without being clever about it. So if that makes sense. So I hope that that's helpful. It's all kind of review for most of you guys. But I'm really finding that if you just start making lists, like things that, like I have found, it's so funny and such a stupid thing. And I've told most of you guys this in the last week or two, that I love hair and makeup and beauty. My job prior to being a coach was a hairstylist. So I love all things, beauty, makeup, skincare, all those things. So it's so stupid that I don't do those kinds of posts often enough. All I have to do is go in my bathroom and open up my cupboard and find one of my bazillion products that I love and talk about it. People love that stuff. People love a recommendation for something. So that's something that I'm trying to incorporate a lot more often, at least, maybe 3 times a week. That's something I did today. Maybe it's not fashion. Maybe you found a really awesome cleaning product that totally makes your house look amazing. Maybe you found an awesome kitchen gadget or a new fun craft to do with your kids. It doesn't matter. You just want to make sure you're posting a variety of things and posting often enough. That's really all there is to it. There is no magic formula. There's no magic, I wish there was, trust me, because if there was, then I would be gold. But trust me, it just takes time to build an audience. But you're not going to build an audience if you're constantly talking about Beachbody, if you're constantly posting about your kids 24/7. Not that you can't, but you don't want to just make every single post about your child, because that's what I used to do prior to learning about working on social media, and I didn't get as much interaction. Now, when I throw an Emmy post in there, I usually get a lot of comments and likes. So just think about those things when you're posting. If it's, like I said, make a list every single day or for the week in a notebook. Post, have your 5 things, and then across the top of the page, put, Thursday, because that's the start of the Beachbody week, all the way to Wednesday. And check off every single day what kind of post you did. That way you can see over the course of a week what things you need to post more about. Maybe you're not talking about Beachbody enough, so you need to throw in a couple more posts like that. Maybe you're not talking about your own fitness journey enough, so you need to talk about that. Maybe you're not talking about your kids enough, or I highly doubt that's the case, because most of us moms talk about our kids all the time. But just find a system that works for you. If keeping track on Excel or something like that on your computer works better for you, then do that. I've found that paper and pen works the best for me. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. How to follow up. So the follow-up, when you have somebody that you're talking to and they've inquired about a challenge group or about Shakeology, honestly, the follow-up is different for every single person I've found. But I kind of follow a system. This is kind of what I do. So I make sure that I'm forming them. And for those of you that don't know what forming is, you want to talk to them about, you just want to get to know the person. You want to talk about their family, their occupation, what they like to do for fun. So that's the R in form, the for recreation. And M is message. So you just want to make sure that you get to know them. You get to know why they're interested about a challenge group, why they want to lose weight, what they struggle with. So make sure you have enough information about them so that when you do the follow-up, you already know a lot about them. I've found that the people that message me and they're like, I want to do the challenge. What do I have to do? And I don't know anything about them or what their goals are. Those people generally don't buy. That's just in my personal experience. So when you're forming them and you're talking to them and you say like, okay, so the challenge is going to start, you've talked to them, you figured out what their goals are. They've told you, why they want to lose weight. Maybe they have a upcoming, like my 10-year high school reunion is coming up. So I need to freaking bust my butt for the next 2 months so that I look good at my reunion. So maybe that's my goal. So when you can follow up with that person, you always have their goals in the back of your head, and you always want to kind of, just bring that up so that they remember why they want to do it. Ask for the follow-up. So let's say you sent them a video about Shakeology and they can't watch it, they say, okay, yeah, send me a video and I'll watch it when it gets in time. Ask them, when is a good time for me to follow up with you? Or you could say, if I touch base with you on Thursday, will that be a good time? Will you have watched it? This is a technique that is talked about in the book GoPro. It's a great book by Eric Worre. He's like a network marketing genius. So that's a technique that he uses. You want to ask them for the follow-up. Ask them, when is it a good time for you to touch base with them again? Because if you don't ask them for the follow-up, then it seems creepy on your end. And then it seems like you're dreading the follow-up because it's awkward. If you ask them for the follow-up, you've essentially created an appointment with them, and they have told you it's okay for you to follow up with them. So I don't always use this technique, to be totally honest. I don't. I kind of play it by ear, especially if it's someone. I generally don't follow this technique if I'm recruiting someone for a challenge. If it's for coaching and they're serious about the business and I want them to watch some webinars and watch some videos before we chat again, so that if they have questions, they can ask me. Then I usually use this, but and that's probably, don't necessarily take my word that that's the best way to go about it. That's just generally how I do it. You don't have to do it that way. This is a technique though they talk about in GoPro that is proven to work, because you're asking them when it fits in for their schedule. So let's say you follow up, you message them, or you call them and they don't answer. You text them and they don't answer. They reschedule if you have an appointment with them to meet up or something, and they reschedule. So if you follow up and you don't get a response, this is what I do. I will go to their Facebook page and I will comment on a lot of their stuff, or I'll like their stuff. Not like every single thing they post, but I will basically kind of show them that I'm still kind of watching them. I'm still, keeping an eye out for them. And then if I don't get any, usually they'll message me and be like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to watch that video, or I'm so sorry I haven't gotten back to you. This is what's been going on, or whatever. Insert excuse here. Then I don't even talk to them about Beachbody generally. They'll be like, oh my gosh, I've been so busy with my kids. I haven't had time to check out the challenge packs. I don't even know what I would want to do. I'm so sorry. And I don't say okay, well, you need to make a decision right now about a challenge pack. I would say oh my gosh, I totally understand. I'm super busy too. Today, Emmy wouldn't take a nap and I had to go grocery shopping and errands. And yeah, I totally get that. That you're busy. So, and then I just kind of let the conversation flow, because generally it comes back around to, okay, so I really want to do that challenge. Or they give me an objection as to why they can't do it. I can't do it this month because I don't have the funds, or I'm just too busy this month. I'm going on vacation and I'm not going to be able to focus on it, or, whatever their objection is going to be. And a lot of times I don't push people. I will, create urgency, and I'll just tell them Okay, so, well, the challenge, we're going to be starting on Monday. So if you want to be a part of this next one, the last day to order is Monday. I have groups that start every single month. So if you can't, if this one isn't going to work into your schedule this time, then, I'll definitely keep you in mind for the next one. I'll let you know when the next one is going to start. Or if I know the date already, then I'll tell them. And usually, like, I will get them. If I don't get them in that month's challenge, usually I'll get them in the next month's challenge. So if someone doesn't commit, don't take it personal. Don't give up on them. A lot of times people are afraid to say they can't commit right now for whatever reason. They're embarrassed. They don't have the money. They're embarrassed that they're just not ready. Like maybe they're just, they know they want to lose weight. They know they need to lose weight, but they're just not ready. Like, because when someone's ready, they'll do it. So sometimes it takes a couple months. Sometimes it takes a year. I mean, everyone's different. Sometimes it takes, I just had a conversation, literally just before I got on this call. And this girl friend requested me, and we didn't have any mutual friends in common. I checked out her page to make sure she's kind of like, someone that I would want to work with and someone that I'd want to be friends with. And I approved her friend request. I sent her a message because we didn't have any friends in common. 9 times out of 10 when this happens and someone friend requests me and I don't have any friends in common with them, it's because they found me on YouTube. So I messaged her and I'm like, hey, thanks for the ad. How did you find me? And then 9 times out of 10, they'll respond, I found you on YouTube. I saw your transformation video or whatever. And I always, insert, like, they'll say, oh my gosh, like, I was watching your video and I have 50 pounds to lose. And so thanks for the inspiration or whatever. I always tell them, thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. And generally they'll tell me their story. I won't even have to ask. They'll tell me, I have 50 pounds to lose. I had a baby and, well, my baby's not really a baby anymore and I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been really busy. I'm in school now. I put on 20 pounds. And they'll, I'll just get to know them. So literally just now before this call, this girl, this exact thing happened. She friend requested me. I approved her friend request. I sent her a message. At that same time that I was sending her a message, she went and left a comment on my Facebook page. Just saying I went and I was looking for motivational videos. I saw your video. Thanks so much for being an inspiration, blah, blah, blah. I left a comment on that comment and just said, thank you so much. And then we started messaging and she told me her whole story. She asked me, because I talk about in my transformation video, I talk about how challenge group really was the game changer for me. So she asked me about a challenge group. Do you know how I can get into a challenge group? And luckily for her, I have a challenge group starting on Monday. So I just told her, oh, that's awesome. I have a group starting on Monday. 50 pounds, you can totally do that. I lost 50 pounds. I never thought it was possible. And, challenge groups totally changed the game for me because having someone to be accountable to really helped me stay on track. And we just were, messaging back and forth. Normally they'll ask for the link. I'll give them, I'll talk to them, trying to get a little bit more information as far as what kind of program would be good for them. Talk about Shakeology. Generally people have more objections. This girl was ready. And that happens every now and then. Somebody will be ready. They've been watching you. They've been following you. They maybe have not messaged you or commented on anything you posted, but she was ready. And so she said, what's the link? I want to make sure you get credit. Can I order from you? Can I be a part of your group? I'm like, yeah, awesome. Have you ever done a Beachbody program? She had Turbo Jam. Can she use Turbo Jam for the challenge? Absolutely, she could use Turbo Jam. But right now, if she wants to get Shakeology, a challenge pack is a way cheaper option than just buying Shakeology by itself. Right now, if someone wants to buy a one-time order of Shakeology, it's $142. Well, we all know they can get Pio for that or another $140 challenge pack for $11 more. Plus, they get free shipping. So I told her, you can get a way better deal with Shakeology right now and a whole new program. So she literally went to the page and bought a challenge pack. Okay, 9 times out of 10, that doesn't happen. So don't think that like you guys are doing anything wrong if you don't have people doing that. I can tell you more than 9 times out of 10, probably 98% of the time, that does not happen. But apparently this girl was ready to commit to something. So if someone is not ready to commit, that doesn't mean they'll never be ready to commit. That just means for whatever reason right now, they're just not ready. They need a little bit more time. They need to see someone's results. Like I had 5 people probably that messaged me for this last challenge group that wanted to get in and they didn't order their challenge packs in time. And I'm hoping to get them into the next one. But if they don't, it's okay. Because you know what? We have another group starting next month. So don't give up on people. Some people just need a little bit more time than others. So that's kind of how I follow up. Like I said, every single person is a little bit different. If you guys ever have questions as far as how to follow up, feel free to screenshot the conversation and send it to me, and I can help you. But a lot of times, I literally just take it as it goes. If it's someone that's a brand new contact to me, usually it takes a little bit longer. If it's someone I have a relationship with outside of Facebook, usually it's not as long. But it just kind of depends on the person. So just be patient, and consistency is key. Talking to enough people and following up enough, it becomes a lot less scary and a lot easier to do. So moving on. Okay, so effective business building with little time. This is not my forte. I'm going to be honest. My schedule varies every single day. You all know, or most of you probably all know, that Emmy is her own person. She does not have a set schedule. So we have a loose schedule that we tend to follow each day. So that means my days vary sometimes greatly from one day to the next. Some days I can get in, 2 or 3 or 4 power hours. Some days I can only get in 20 minutes. It really just depends on what I have going on. And you are the only one that knows your schedule and your family and what you have going on in your own life. So you are the only one that can determine how much time you have to work on your business and when that time is. So like I said, generally my power hour is in the morning between like 8 and 11 because I can generally entertain Emmy during that time. Generally, I say. It's not all the time. I try to get up, get her fed, get myself fed, get my posts done. So if you guys are in the PIO group, you've noticed I have not scheduled them via Hootsuite. Partially that's because I've been busy. I haven't had time to sit down and do it. So that's why the posts are varying, a little bit every single day as far as the time that they're posted. But I'll get my post done. The most important thing, aside from my workout, has been my tracker. And I have it on a piece of paper in my notebook. I have on the left side all of the different categories. So I have personal development, workouts, and then I track all of these numbers. So I track how many Beachbody customers I have, how many personally sponsored coaches I have, how many coaches I have in my downline, so everyone that's underneath me, how many Facebook friends I have and how many followers, how many Success Club points I have, how many Success Club points or personally sponsored coaches that are in Success Club, like so how many you guys have, how much volume I have on my left leg and my right leg, how many emeralds I have on my left leg and my right leg, how many people I've added to my team in the last 24 hours. My income only gets posted once a week, obviously, because we only get paid on Thursdays. I have how many YouTube videos I have currently on my channel, how many YouTube subscribers I have, and how many YouTube views. I will be expanding it to add my blog posts and my blog views. So every single day, and then at the top, I have the days of the week, and then I fill in the numbers every single day. And I have found that has really, 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 like, honestly, you guys, hugely helped me. That's probably terrible English. It has really, really helped me to do this. So I do this every single morning. I fill in the numbers from the previous day. That way I have like a screenshot of a full 24 hours of like how many people I added to my network, how many people I have in my downline, Success Club points, all that. So I drink my coffee, I write my numbers in, and then I do my personal development. If I don't do my personal development when in the morning, then I get sucked into Facebook land, and I can put it off all day long. So I try to get it done in the morning. If I get sucked into the newsfeed, or I get sucked into answering questions or returning messages or writing posts, or, you know, all those things that you can get sucked into very, very easily on Facebook, then I try to do it when Emmy's napping, because that's the only time I really get to focus. I'm the type of person that when I read, I need it to be quiet. I can't have like 50 things going on at once. And I've tried doing audio personal development, so just listening to personal development, and it does not sink in the way that reading does for me. If I was driving or something, then I feel like it would be better, but the fact that I'm like generally trying to do like 10 things at once, it just doesn't like even enter my brain really. So that's kind of what I do in the morning. I do my personal development, I make sure I eat my breakfast, I get Emmy fed, and then I usually work out. If I don't get my workout done before like 3 or 4 o'clock, it doesn't happen. So if you guys ever see me working out at like, and posting that I'm working out at like 6 o'clock at night, that's very rare. It does not happen in the evening. It just doesn't. I know that myself, I know that I get busy. I can find 1,000 other things I'd rather do than work out at 7 o'clock at night. So I have to get my workout done in the morning. Maybe that's different for you. Maybe you like to work out at night better. Whatever works for you, do it. So whatever time your power hour is, or your power 2 hours or 3 hours, or however many times however much time you have during the day, set your hours. Like mine are not strict. Mine generally just are, between 8 and 11 in the morning, and then also in the evening. So whatever it is that works for you, find a time and get your stuff. Eat that frog. So if you're, eat that frog, it talks about doing the thing on your list that you don't want to do. Do those things first. And then you can have time to go on the Facebook newsfeed. So for me, doing my tracker, doing my personal development, doing my workout. If I don't do those things in the morning, they generally won't happen. So I know I have to do them early. Determine what are the most important things you need to do during that power hour. So maybe for you, if you're really busy, maybe you work full time. There's a couple of you guys that work full time. Then you need to figure out what's the most important thing for you to do. Maybe it's scheduling all of your posts for the next 2 or 3 days. You can do that from your personal page. You have to go on to your actual page in order to do it, but you can do it. So if you know that you just get really busy during the day and you forget to post, maybe that needs to be one of the most important things to do, because you need to be posting often. Maybe it's meal prepping. Maybe it's returning messages. Maybe it's inviting. Maybe it's following up. Whatever the things that are you tend to put off, those need to be done in your power hour. Just get them, get them done, and then you can check it off your list. And I'm telling you guys, like, I do not want to drill this into your brains, but I wish I would have done this a year ago. It would have helped me so much more in my business if I started tracking my efforts. By tracking every single day, I know exactly, like I can see right now, I'm looking at it. This week, I have only added, let's see, I've actually stayed even as far as friends go. I started the week out with 797 friends and 138 followers. Today, I had 795 friends, which means I lost 2 friends, and I had 141 followers. So I gained 3 followers, I lost 2 friends. So guess what? I'm only up 1 this whole week. So I know that that's something I need to work on. If I was not paying attention to that, I wouldn't even know. I'd be like, oh, 795 friends, sweet, I'm almost at 800, that's awesome. No, I know that I need to add like 10 people this week. I need to go find 10 new friends in the next like 2 days. So I wouldn't know about that unless I was tracking it. Just like I wouldn't know how many hours of personal development I was doing. I wouldn't know how many YouTube videos I was doing. I pay attention to all of those things, and it has helped me so much. Your tracker can be anything you want it to be. It doesn't have to be like mine, but just find a way to track and do it. Be disciplined. I wish I could build this business for all of you guys, because I know the potential and I know how amazing it is, but nobody is going to build it for you. So you have to be disciplined. Just like losing weight, You have to be disciplined in getting your workouts done. You have to be disciplined in eating on plan. You are not going to lose 50 pounds overnight, just like you are not going to build a diamond business overnight. You have to be disciplined and you have to be consistent, period. There's no magic pill. There's no like magic system. I wish I had the quick fix and I was a millionaire already. Trust me, I wish. It's not the case. You have to be disciplined. That means inviting, that means tracking, that means sharing your journey, and that means talking to enough people often enough. Remember that short-term sacrifices are for the long-term gain. Some of you guys have to get up at the butt crack of dawn to get your workouts in, and it sucks. I'm really sorry for that because I know there's no way I'm getting up at 5 a.m. I just know myself. I won't do it. I love the idea. I love it. Get your workout in when there's peace and quiet and everyone's sleeping. Check it off your list. I love the idea of it. But in my reality, it won't happen. I don't sleep. And 5 o'clock in the morning tends to be the only time I'm actually getting good deep sleep. So for me, it's not going to happen. For you, it may be the only time you actually can do it. And if you are disciplined enough to get at 5 a.m., more power to you. Get it done, check it off your list, and be done for the day. So that goes for, maybe you have to get up at 5 a.m. to do all your invites. Maybe you have to do it to schedule your posts. Maybe you have to get up and read and do your personal development. I don't know. You're the only one that knows how to do that because you're the only one that knows your life and your schedule. So it's a short-term sacrifice. You're not going to have to get up at 5 a.m. forever. I promise. Tracking will be your best friend. I'm going to keep saying it until I see you guys doing it consistently because it seriously will change your life and it will change your business. Want to make more money? Start tracking. Okay. How to connect with people you don't know well. This one, I feel like it's kind of an easy one. If you don't know someone, you got to ask them questions. Get in the habit of asking questions. Ask them, I don't know, just connect with them. Make them feel comfortable. Make them feel like they'd want to talk to you. Ask them about their kids. People love talking about their kids. Ask them about what they do for work, what they like to do for fun, where they're from. I feel like just getting to know somebody, I don't want to say ever because I never know what could happen in the future, but 99.9% of the time, I do not cold message people. So the people that I'm currently talking to, every single person that's in my, on my contact list is somebody that has come to me. They've come to me asking about Shakeology, about a challenge, about a program, about losing weight, about business, earning money, what I do. They've all come to me. I don't like going out and trying to cold call people or cold message people or just go to them and be like, hey, will you watch this business webinar? Because they'll be like, ew, no. I don't want to be sold something. I don't want to be hounded by, those weird network marketing people. So don't be like that. So if someone comes to you and you don't know them, like I had today, girl, I don't know anything about her. She found me on YouTube. She came to me. I asked her, what her goals are, how old her kids are. She's in nursing school. She's super busy. She has 50 pounds to lose. She likes to swim and bike, but she doesn't do it consistent enough. She wants something that isn't going to take up a lot of time. So, I feel like it's the exact same thing as far as forming. You want to ask them about their family, occupation, recreation, and then the message. Just get to know somebody. If you were out with friends and someone brought someone new that you didn't know, what would you talk to them about? You would just talk about whatever. You always find things to talk about generally. And if you're easy to talk to, most of the time other people will be easy to talk to. So keep that in mind. Get to know them like you would a new friend. You're going out to dinner with a group of friends. You don't know anybody. Are you just going to sit there and in the corner and be quiet and not introduce yourself to anyone? Probably not. You're going to at least introduce yourself, even if you're shy. Just get to know somebody like you would a new friend. Put yourself in their shoes. Relate to them. When somebody comes to me and they're like, oh my gosh, Shakeology is so expensive. I'm like, I know. I still don't think it's cheap. When I first started out coaching, I put it on my credit card because I couldn't afford it. But when I started cutting out my daily Starbucks habit, I realized I could afford it really easily. And Shakeology is a million times better for me than a Starbucks grande latte with artificial sweeteners. Plus, it fills me up and helps me lose weight. Who doesn't like that? So you just want to relate to them. You want to put yourself in their shoes. Make them feel like they're not alone in thinking that Shakeology is expensive. It is expensive, but it's okay because it's worth it. And you know that it's worth it. Maybe they're still not ready to buy. Who cares? Keep them in your back pocket. They may be ready to buy in the future. Go on their page and leave nice comments. Be genuine. Like their pictures. Talk about how their kids are so cute. Ask questions. You see a picture of somebody like out at a fancy restaurant, be like, ask them, oh my gosh, that looks so good. What restaurant is that? Just start a conversation. Sometimes it won't even be about Beachbody, and that's totally okay because you don't want to just be that person that only talks about Beachbody. You want to be helpful in a variety of ways. So share your struggles and share how Beachbody became a solution to those problems. I was spending a lot of money on coffee because I was tired, because I was not sleeping, and I didn't think I could afford Shakeology. But once I cut out my Starbucks habit 3 times a week, I figured out that I could afford it. I mean, just like simple solutions like that. I was tired of going to the gym and not getting results. I was also tired of going to the gym and getting hit on by weirdos or stared at by weirdos. There was this guy, right, that I totally forgot about. Right before I started with Beachbody, I had been going to the gym for several months. I had lost, probably about 30 pounds. My body had changed drastically. And there was this guy who was a trainer. And he would freaking talk to me every single day. I knew the days that he worked, and it was so obnoxious. I would pull into the parking lot, and if he was there, I would be like, ugh, I don't want to work out, because he was weird. He talked to all the women. I paid attention to who he would talk to, and he was trying to get new personal training clients. So he was trying to build a relationship with me, but he was being super creepy. So don't be like that with people. And that was one of the reasons I was thrilled to stop going to the gym, because it was so annoying that he would not leave me alone. And I don't necessarily think that it was like in a weirdo, like hitting on me kind of way, but it was in a way that like made me feel uncomfortable and made me not focus during my workouts. So that's something that like I use to talk about with people. Like, I was tired of getting hit on. And I was tired of feeling like I had to kind of look cute when I would go to the gym. I look like a slob when I do my workouts now. So that was a solution for me. But all in all, like, it takes time to foster trust in a new relationship. And you want to be genuine. You want to be the kind of friend that you would have. You want to be the kind of support system that you would need in your life if you were struggling. And some people may not be ready to buy right away. Some people, it takes a little bit of time. But like I said in the last few slides, like, don't ever write them off. I have people just now coming to me over a year later, that have never commented or posted on my stuff, ever. And they're coming to me now. It's some people it takes time. They need to watch. So take time to foster the trust in the new relationship and just be the type of friend that you would want to have. Okay, at the end of the day, you can make this business super complicated. There are oodles and oodles and oodles of resources out there. But what it comes down to is the basics. You want to make sure you're inviting. You want to make sure you're getting your workout done and that your transformation is a priority. You want to make sure you're drinking your Shakeology, because it will help you deal with the stresses of life. It will help you get results. It will help you fend off your cravings. It's important. You want to make sure that you're posting about a variety of topics. You're adding 2 to 5 contacts every single day. Tracking your behaviors daily to hold yourself accountable. I don't want to be your babysitter, but I'm telling you, tracking will change your life. Be consistent and have faith in the process. You're not going to build a diamond business overnight. I mean, some of you could. If you believed in yourself, you really could. But it takes time and consistency over a period of time. the longer you do this, the more consistent you are, the greater success you'll have. So I think that's it. Some reminders. Challenge group starting Monday, and also new coach training starting Monday. It's the preseason for challenge group. So Monday, July 28th, that's this coming Monday, is the last day to buy. July 28th is also the last day to sign up as for your prospects to sign up as a coach. So keep that in mind. You guys are welcome to be a part of them if you want. Let me touch on this too. I add most of you guys to the challenge groups because I assume that you will have people participating or people that you want to add in there. If you do not have challengers and you don't want to be in the challenge group, just take yourself out. Or if you have if I haven't added you in and you have people that want to be in, or you want it as an extra layer of accountability, or you want it as an extra layer of training for yourself, just let me know. Challenge groups are open to you guys. They are not meant to be an extra burden on you. That's kind of the gateway for our challengers right now. So until things change, this is the way that we're doing them. So if you don't want to be in it and you don't have any intention of participating, then just take yourself out. I expect you guys to participate. That's just how it goes. If you don't want to participate, take yourself out. But your challengers, if you have challengers, you need to be participating. They need to see you posting. They need to see that you're working on yourself, that you're not just telling them to eat healthy, but you're out eating junk food. Just like I can't harp on you guys about getting Success Club if I'm not hitting Success Club myself. So just keep in mind, I mean, you guys don't have to be in them. It's totally up to you. So I wanted them to be a resource for you, and I want you guys to be able to feel supported and that you're getting results and being held accountable, and that's what they're there for. So I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to stop recording. So if any of you guys have questions, I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, stop.